It's been a few years since 2018's Marvel Spider-Man, and Insomniac Games has delivered a remastered on the PS5, Miles Morales, which is a spin-off on PS4 and PS5, but now in 2023 we finally get the anticipated sequel to such a masterpiece. Did it match our expectations? Did it exceed it? Are we excited for what Insomniac has in store in the future? Were we disappointed? Everything that comes with this game, I'll cover it in my best of my abilities, and we start now. Hey everybody, it's your boy G from GreyMatter Games, and welcome to another honest review. And today I'll be covering Marvel's Spider-Man 2. You guys have been blowing up my social media asking for it, and now I will be delivering it. I wanted to make sure I 100%ed the game before I gave you my honest opinion. Full spoilers ahead. I will not necessarily be talking about the plot itself, but the spoilers is in regards to the gameplay. So you have been warned. There will be some things that you may or may not have wanted to see, or you have already seen. You have been warned. Welcome to GreyMatter Games, and where I cover everything gaming, from trailer breakdowns to gameplays to honest reviews to anything in the gaming world. I'll cover it to the best of my abilities. So let's get right into it. So right away, just right away, I'm gonna just nail it. Graphically, the game is amazing. This engine is fabulous. The load times feel not there. You know, we've seen people talk about earlier, but after being able to experience it, there is basically like no load time. I don't know how Insomniac did it, but fast traveling literally feels like Goku's instant transmission. You know what I'm saying? The skill tree system, I actually like this skill tree system. There is a dedicated one for Peter, there's a dedicated one for Miles, and there's a dedicated one for both of them, where you get to evolve their techniques and gadgetry and stuff like that. As of course the story progresses and Peter gets his black suit, he has a second section of a skill tree just for that particular moment in the game. But don't worry, all those abilities will stay once you beat the game. As you could tell, those are the gadgets. Some of them are returning, some of them are brand new, but overall, it's virtually the same system we've seen in Miles Morales and the remastered of Spider-Man, with a couple of nuances in terms of items that you need to scrap, like more than before. You get to see the combat list of what you can do, the mission toggle, like where you can just see what missions you can pick and choose from. Right away, I have to say, from the moment the game opened up in the story, and I won't say what's happening, from the moment it starts and the person you fight, all the way till the end, the Peter Parker part of the story is amazing. I love it. There's barely any problems with it, and the reason I say problems is because no game is perfect. Every game can be improved. I've said it in many reviews. But narratively, this game has had me on my seat from beginning to end, and I am excited for the sequel and what is to come of it, of the situation that happened in the second game. But from the Miles perspective, I felt, and I know some people love Miles and everything like that, and I love Miles Morales, the video game, but I felt like the Miles story could have had some of it happening during the main story, and then when you resolve the Venom situation, you could have gone back and finished the Miles situation, you know, with Mr. Lee, because I just felt like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just felt like the goal, the story that they're trying to tell between Miles and Mr. Lee, I felt like it is important, but to be compared to the catastrophe that's happening in regards to Venom and anything, you know, Craven related and what is to come, which I won't say what's all included, I just felt like it just didn't match. It didn't hold the candle to the overall, you know, what's at stake with the story, you know. It was just one of those things where it's like I felt like it could have taken a backseat and we can just finish it at our own time kind of thing. It didn't have to be something that I felt forced into me. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Some people love it. Again, this isn't something that I'm going to critique the game on. It's just my opinion. That's just what I felt. I felt like Miles' story was a little lacking compared to Peter's. But gameplay-wise, these boys, man, they were killing it. I love all the skins. Look at my favorite skin, the TASM 2 skin. That's the greatest skin so far in my opinion. I love it. I used that skin most of my run through. Miles had new abilities and they were epic. I mean, Miles Morales, the game, already had crazy abilities, but this one was just top notch. Peter had some pretty good gadgets with his spider legs, spider arms, whatever you want to call it. They came clutch when you were getting messed up and jumped by a bunch of people. They have a new mechanic, right? We've seen the dodge, we've seen the perfect dodge that we've seen in all the other games, but they added a perfect parry. It is not hard, but it is annoying sometimes to pull off. But man, when you get it, it does feel refreshing. The sneak missions are back. The Mary Jane missions are back. I know what you're thinking. Ugh, Mary Jane. Though I would have preferred not to have had Mary Jane's missions here, Mary Jane, narratively speaking, was a lot better in this game than the first time around. Like, a lot. And I actually did not mind the missions here. She wasn't useless, I'm going to say. She actually did some work. And though it's a video game, they at least give you an explanation to why she's pretty good in this game. At least, even if it's far-stretched. Overall, though, everything so far from gameplay perspective, leveling up progression, crafting suits and gadgets and so on, it's pretty good. My only negative is I felt the side missions were very repetitive, and I'm not talking about story side missions, I'm talking about like crime in progress and just the itty bitty stuff we normally see. I thought we would have gotten a little more, but it is what it is. I thought some of the side missions could have been milked out a lot better instead of kind of having cliffhangers for potential DLCs, which I don't mind those cliffhangers. It's just, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of them, I guess. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Each their own. The overall story, the chemistry between all the voice actors were spot on. Between Kraven, Venom, Peter, whether he was just regular Peter or angry Peter, Miles, his mother, it's a no-brainer, Mary Jane and Harry are in here. Even Norman Osborn, everything, the chemistry felt great. The writing, everything just felt amazing about this game. My only gripe is, again, from the narrative perspective of the Miles thing, it just took me out a little bit just because I felt like, yes, it's an important story, but when you realize what's at stake in the overarching, campaign, I just felt like it's one of those, like, I think it should have been in the game, but to constantly force me to toggle that Miles story when I felt like the moral that they're trying to teach me could have waited a little bit, that's just my opinion. There's a crap ton of suits for Miles, there's a crap ton of suits for Peter, they're all amazing, some returning from the previous installments, which kind of, it's a given, but I kind of wish that would have opened the arms for more stuff, but who knows, maybe the DLC packs will have better suits. Playing Venom felt amazing, it really did. It felt what I felt Venom should have been playing like, in my opinion. He felt very indestructible, he felt very, no pun intended, carnage, all over the place. It was just a menace, it was just a full-blown brick house, and I loved every single second of it, but, overall, thumbs up to Insomniac for delivering a sequel to this, a really good sequel. Can't wait for what is at store in the next installment. And yes, I think, this is my theory, timestamp it, I think we're going into a Miles Morales 2. I don't think we get a Spider-Man 3 right off the rip. I think we get a Miles Morales 2, and you'll all play the game and you'll find out why. I think that. But overall, I'm very excited. I think we're gonna have to wait a couple good years before we actually get Spider-Man 3. But man, it seems like it's very hard to predict where we're going in the future, because with the kind of side stories we've had, anything can happen. We might, I'm not saying that it's happening, I'm not saying that that's in the game, I'm saying, don't be surprised. This universe has Peter and Miles already simultaneously living together. Don't be surprised if you see Spider-Gwen, don't be surprised if you see characters you didn't think would be in this universe. Just anything is, everything is on the table for Insomniac Games. Right now, I'm very excited for the Wolverine game going forward. So that's really my quick, brief review of Marvel Spider-Man. I give it a solid. Okay, as a video game as a whole, it's a 9. But from my personal opinion, I think it's like an 8.7, and the reason why is because, like I said, I did not enjoy the Miles part of the story, but that is a personal review, a actual, like, I'm looking at the game as a whole, did it meet the criteria from a marketing perspective, will fans like it, is it a banger, is it worth buying it, yada yada yada. It's a 9 out of 10. It's definitely worth your $70, $80 for the digital deluxe, and so on and so forth. So if you have a PS5, what the heck are you doing? Go to the store and go buy the game. If you don't have a PS5 and you have the money to go buy a PS5, what the heck are you doing? Go buy it. Go get it. You're missing out, all right? Like, it actually is a banger, okay? That's all I have right now. But I'll keep you all posted in any future updates regarding Marvel Spider-Man 2. Peace.